holiday. Love that color, by the way. What are we doing today? We're preparing for our mates. We're still working on ourselves, right? Because there's a lot to be worked on. Give me a second. I say this with love. I do care, but this is a reality check I want to give to you. As we're on our journey to prepare for our mates, I want you to look at your life and see if this is you. This could possibly be you, and that means that this is the Lord talking to you. You might, if every time you get a guy, you're like, he has to be the one. Did you ever wonder about that? Like, why every time you see a man, or maybe he's being nice to you, then assume, okay, he must be the one, right? Or if you go for a job offer and you don't get it, you're distraught, right? Or maybe you were close friends with somebody and they left and it's like the end of your world. Well, you might be operating out of scarcity, a mindset of scarcity. And this happens because of many different reasons. It could be childhood. It could be whatever happened that made you just didn't have a lot. And it's not always about money. It just didn't have a lot. Maybe you were always isolated, okay? And so what the Lord doesn't want us to do is assign roles to people, listen to that did not ask for that role. What does that mean? Assigning a man to be our mate and he don't even know you. I have done some things and that I could definitely talk about. I've been through a lot of, let's call them misadventures of Lauren and her quests for Boaz. Let's call it that. I'm not calling that no more, but this was when I was trying to be in control. And I wanted to look for myself, and I thought, well, I know what I'm doing. I know what I like, I know what I'm interested in, and I'm going to, I wasn't thinking necessarily like that, but that's how I acted, okay? And I'm sure a lot of us feel that way, not involving God the way we need to, and just like, God wants me to just go for it. So if I see a handsome guy, I'm going for it. If I see a good job, I'm going for it. If I have a good friend, she's staying with me. And a lot of this is fear of being alone, fear of missing out, fear of losing, fear of being abandoned, okay? And we don't want to cling to anybody that doesn't want us. You know, some of us have held on to toxic people, whether it's our family, friends, or jobs even, because we didn't think we deserved better, okay? We didn't think we can get better. We didn't see our potential. We didn't see how great we are. And ladies, you guys are diamonds in the rough, okay? You are awesome. You are valuable. God sent his son to die for you. If that's not enough, that should be enough to just wipe out the whole slate. You are valuable, whether you want to believe it or not, okay? So this whole thing with begging and pleading people to stay in your life or making men the one has to stop. You need to work on not only their self-worth, but falling in love with Jesus and wanting to be so in him, hidden in his love, that you realize I don't need that person. If they're treating me wrong, if they're leaving me, sometimes things can't be helped. Maybe it's a friend moving across the country. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not losing my identity because they're leaving. I'm not my life is not over if I miss a job opportunity. Guys, I went for a job opportunity and it was like a free certificate program, let's call it that. And you wouldn't believe how much I panicked to get it. I said, oh, it must be God. I have to hurry, because it was the last day. And there was only a few hours left for the program to sign up for it. And I was so panicked. I, put myself through basically. And I was answering the questions as fast as I could. And I was so afraid of missing God's opportunity. I didn't really take enough time to ask him if it was him. I said, if it's him, it'll work. Do you know that you can still get accepted to programs and it's not God? Do you know you can still date people and marry them and it's not God? Okay, so since we know that, let's stop rushing into things and commitments and thinking, well, it worked out because it's God. That does not mean that. Things just happen because it's life. Some jobs will just accept you. So that's why God says, no, don't go for that job, because he already sees they might actually accept you and you'll be taken off of the path that I have for you. And now look at this. No, but it's a good paying job. If God says it's not for you, then what are we doing, right? And he does not want us to be those wives. And I'm sure you've seen some of them on the internet that are like, I just sit and wait at home until my husband comes home. I've seen that. And then when she hears the locks turn, I saw in a video, she showed it. When she sees the locks turn, she jumps up, she starts cleaning real quick, and she puts on a nice outfit, and she's standing like everything was fine. Hello, how you doing? No, that's not how he wants us. He wants you to still have your own life. He does not want you clinging to this man. The only time you should be clinging to anybody is God. That's the only time, because he actually will never leave you. He actually will never disappoint you. There's so many things. And I'm just telling you, that's something that got to get resolved before he comes. That has to get resolved, because you can't assume every time you put yourself out there that it's going to be a yes. Okay? And I don't want you making men the one. And some men will take you. Some men will take you and they don't really care about you. They just like, I did a video about placeholders. You should check that out. It was a little joke, but you guys see it. Some men will take you and they'll just put up with you. You're like, hey, at least I have somebody to date right now. You don't want anybody to talk about you like that. She's somebody I'm dating, whatever. He should be like, oh, you should meet this girl. Oh my goodness, that's how he should be acting. Oh yeah, she's just somebody, I don't want to talk about her. No. Let's stop settling, okay, ladies? When you get that mindset straight, when you go into your prayer closet after this and ask God to heal you and uproot that mindset of scarcity and that not trusting him to actually take care of you, oh boy. Now when men start lining up, when men start coming, you're not going to jump for the first one. You're not going to be biting your nails over job opportunities, right? You're not going to hold on to your friends as if they're gods. You're going to say, God has my back. It's literally you and Jesus. Even if you have a lot of friends, a lot of family, it's you and Jesus at the end of the day, okay? And that's the one you should be clinging to. And so you do not want to claim anybody or chase anybody or force a relationship and then put God on it because they're a Christian or because you met them at church or because you could fill in the blanks, right? You had a dream, you had a vision. Let me tell you something about dream visions. I had a lot of dreams and visions. None of them came to pass. It's hilarious. It has happened. I'm not saying that it can't be true, but I'm talking about when I assumed this guy was meant for me. Oh boy. When I say the dreams, they started coming in like every single day. So you could fool yourself into a situation, and I don't want to see you hurt anymore. I've been there, and I know what it's like to feel hurt and feel like an idiot. I just assumed, right? And I said, he's the one. And it wasn't necessarily because I liked the person. It was because of how the situation was playing out. And I said, it must be. It just must be. I want you to be able to go and meet people and not assign them roles. I just want you to go out and meet people, okay? I want you to make friends and not make them your best friend right away. Okay? I remember I went to this church event one time and just, we're closing, but I just want to say this part. I went to this church event one time and I just met the people for the first time. And at the end of the service, I said, okay, so I'll see you next week. Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, I'll see you this time. I was treating them, and it didn't even seem like they were really into it like that. But you know how some people try to be polite. Yeah, it was like that. I was like, okay. I was already acting like we had such a great conversation, and I can't wait to see them again. I said, come with me. And I went over, I had to go somewhere, and we were talking, so I assumed that the girl would follow me when I had to go somewhere. Guys, she just stood there. She just stood there. Like, I don't know why she's telling me to go with her. I don't know her, but, and I said, oh, okay, she doesn't want to come. That's all right. And so I clung to her, okay, for no reason. That's what I'm talking about. When I say scarcity, neediness, clinginess, I have to always be with you. You have to be the one. You talk to me. You help pick the napkin off the floor for me. I dropped my handkerchief for you. You picked it up. You must be the one. You have a deep voice. You're tall. You know what I'm saying? Like, you must be the one. No, that's not how this works. He smiled at me when he passed by. He has to be the one. I know he's waiting to talk to me. Okay, so you could be delusional if you want. I'm not going to join you, right? Let's stop doing this to ourselves. Let's stop doing this to ourselves. Like, for real, you want a real relationship that God put together and not your imagination? Great. Then drop the neediness and drop the clinginess. And when you do get him, don't be clinging to him. What are you doing now? You're texting him. And how about now? Can we talk now? Can you call me? Can you on FaceTime? I need to see you. Don't do that. That's the fastest way to just be a big turnoff. If you want to be a big turnoff, go ahead. But I'm telling you, stop it. I need you to be willing to get your own life. I need you to be willing to get your own hobbies. I need you to be willing to have your own routines. I do not want you changing your routine. I'm talking to myself too. I don't want you changing your routine for no man. I don't care how much in love y'all are. You still stick to that routine. I understand changing a little tweak here. But I mean, like, I don't want you to throw French classes out the window just because that's the only time that me and him could meet. He gonna have to find some other way. Because men, a lot of them, I'm not saying they're not good, but they don't jump to make room for you. So why are you jumping to make room for them? You need to take this slow, okay? And I need you to want to go on dates by yourself as well. I need you to appreciate your own company, because some of us on here have not appreciated our own company, okay? That's why when people do come, oh, and we're holding so tight, oh my goodness. I had a friend like that. Just wanna, oh boy, Lauren. And I'm like, wow, I really wish they would just stop touching me and hugging me all the time. I don't feel the same. I barely know them. So to just reduce the shame and embarrassment, let's stop overstaying our welcome. Because you could tell when somebody don't like you to stop ignoring the signs. You can tell. You know how you would act if you feel uncomfortable, didn't want to be around somebody. So put that with them. And if you see the same signs, you better leave them alone. Just leave them. Let them go. Do not force anyone to be in your life. Do not change your routine for anybody. Okay? I wanted to be friends with somebody so bad. I missed an opportunity with schooling one time. Okay? Not saying that I would have got in there. I can't guarantee. It was one of those things where you have to apply to get in. But I changed it. I met a girl. Oh, this is so good, guys. I met a girl at a college fair. I think it was at a college fair. A college tour. And just because we stood next to each other, I'm not even playing with you. I could tell she didn't really like me too much. But I was like, you know, I got a friend. Oh my gosh. And so I was so excited, and she was Hispanic, and well, I was like, well, I'm Hispanic, you're Hispanic. That's so dumb. And then also I was like, I got her number. I forgot how that happened. How did I even convince her to do that? Because she was clearly not interested in being friends. And I texted her at the end of the college tour, and I said, you know, I know we eventually need to have roommates. Would you like to be my roommate? We didn't even talk that much, but I was so TV in my mind. Too much of us are too TV that we're like, it's gonna happen like on TV. I met the girl, we both laughed about a joke, and now we're best friends. And so I thought the same thing would happen with me. So I was like, I texted her, I said, would you like to be roommates? Dodged a bullet. She said no. She said yeah, and you could tell she was being fake. I'm not going to go into the details of it. I know. I already saw signs that she wasn't interested in my friend at the school. And afterwards, I still tried to force it. So We never spoke again. And no, I did not get into that school. Maybe, I don't know if she did. But how could you meet somebody and then want to live with them? Let's just put it in that perspective. Like, I just met you, but I was thinking, like, I'm not gonna know anybody. She's the only girl I met, so she should be my roommate. She'll like me. She'll get to like me. I'll make her like me. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. You're not that desperate. You're not. It's okay. I know it's been a while, but you're not that desperate. The job wants you to work 40 hours and you already have a part-time job. You're not that desperate. Sit down. Sit down and pray. Oh, no, I need the children. Let's stop. Some of y'all don't even have children. Y'all working as if you have children. Calm down. I need you to trust God to provide. That's friends. That's family. Because some of us, our families, were not like real family. Friends, family, careers, relationships. I need you to trust him on this. You're saying, Lord, I surrender to you. We talked about that in our previous video. Please watch that. Then surrender your love life to him, for real. Surrender your whole life to him. And trust that when he says he is your provider, he is. I'm going to see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye.